Today we're increasing our territory standing. All right, let's get started. All right, so today we are going to try to increase our territory standing. So I've had a few people, well, specifically one person, Tanky, you know who you are. He was trying to increase his territory standing to 300. Now, I've never done that even on a main character, and he had some interesting suggestions, and we're going to go over what he did. Now, there are a few videos out there talking about, well, you just need to do cooking and stuff like that. Well, we both tried it, and it didn't seem to be very well. So let's go ahead and go into the other ways you can do it that seem to be a little bit either faster or just a little bit cheaper. So I'm here in Cutlass Keys. We're going to go ahead and pull up my territory standing. And my territory standing is 61 because I have, I'm not going to lie, done this a little bit. Now, before you get started, there are going to be a few things that you're going to be able to buy, which we will show you in a minute. But whenever you go to do this, one thing you want to make sure you do is you want to get the territory standing gain buff. You want to make sure that when you look at your bags, we have the territory, the town loyalty. We want to have that on each one of them, and we do. Now we don't have the highest tier here, but we do have one on each. And then the last thing you're going to need, let's go ahead and go here. We're going to go to our augments. We're going to go to our territory standing bonus, and we're going to go ahead and use it. Now, let's see. I have 719 weight, so we're going to go ahead and just dump a bunch of weight because we are going to get a little heavy because you're going to see what happens when I go to my storage. We have quite a bit of weight in our storage, approximately 20,000 pounds, which will show you what's really all in there in a second. Last light's kind of like my dumping zone. So it's probably a lot of potions, a little bit there. Let's just start dumping everything we got. We'll go get it back later. And it seems to be a big one here. We got 302. Let's go ahead and dump as much as we can. Okay, that's good enough. We have 199. We have, what, about 1,200 pounds extra. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to look in Cutlass Keys, and you're going to see part of what we are buying. So we are going to need charcoal, and we're going to need a lot of it. We have 17,000 charcoal there, but we have a lot of wood as well. We're going to be using that charcoal for a few things, but also we're going to go over here. We actually have a couple things. I think one of it's actually in last light, which is going to be oil. We're going to go ahead and take that out now. We're going to go ahead and I think we got to find it here. All right, we're going to go here to brimstone, and you can see we have a bunch of solvent. Each one of these are about 1,000 weight a piece. We can't quite take 1,000, so we're just going to, well, we were only going to take half of that, but we're going to take it all anyway. So we're going to go over to the bench, and we're going to start, well, crafting a few things. So when I waddle over to the bench, I will be right back, and I'll show you what it is. All right, we're here at the workshop tier 5. We're going to go ahead. You actually don't need a tier 5 for it, but we're going to go ahead and click on it. Now there's a couple things we're going to do. We're going to do a lot of stain, but we're going to do the maple stain to start off with. We're just going to use all the oil we have because it is a hair. I did the numbers on it. It is a little bit more cost efficient if you can get a good price on the oil. But having said that, there's not a lot of oil in the market. So let's go ahead and let's make sure we got all our buffs up. Did I pop a territory standing buff? Let's go ahead and check. We did. We popped one of those. We have that, and we have our bags. So let's go ahead and craft it. Go down here to maple stain. Craft 425. We got 20,000 territory standing, and let's see where that got us. Let's go ahead and click it, and that only got us 1, so not a big deal. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to the workshop, and we're just going to craft the last of the ash stain here. We have a lot to craft, so stay with me here. All right, we got it crafted here. Let's go ahead and move out of the way. We want to move just a little bit. As you can see, we actually went up a bunch this time. We're going to drop all the stain on the ground because honestly, we don't care about really any of it. So we drop that. Let's go ahead and drop that. And we've now went up another 5. So we'll just kind of keep plowing through these. I won't update you every time, but we're going to run through the rest of the stuff we have. The one thing to note is we do have a lot of charcoal and we have a lot of wood. It just depends on which one is easier. I ended up putting some buy orders in for both. So we're going to be taking a lot of this wood here, and we're going to turn it into charcoal. So we do have our brimstone, which is going to give us a little bit more. We have enough to take a full stack here of solvent. Solvent is pretty much cheap. I got almost all of it for like 1 penny a piece. So we're going to go ahead and start running through it. And let's go ahead and run through the rest of the charcoal that we have. $274 more, which is going to turn into $27.40. One thing to note is you don't want to be a little bit too overweight. If you do, you can drop what you can on the ground, then kind of just reload in. But we'll go ahead and drop that on the ground. Now we're just going to go ahead and make some charcoal, because that is where we're going to be lacking a little bit. Now when it comes to the charcoal, we're going to go here and you can see we're going to be able to make 10,000 if we want. That's going to put us significantly overweight, because right now we are sitting at a 1,000 weight, so we want to not go too hard on it. We're going to be a little bit light. This is going to take us a little bit of time. Let's go ahead and craft about 2,000. This is going to put us overweight, I believe. Yep, but we should be able to walk. Yep, so we can still walk. So let's go over and continue crafting. Now I'm not going to make you guys suffer through this, but I'm going to. You're probably going to see a little sped up montage of it. All right, we're back. We went through all of our charcoal. We definitely have a lot more of our solvent left. We probably have 20,000-30,000 left. Let's go ahead and check what our standing is right now. So we've went up 24 so far, which is pretty good. I mean, I'm almost at what I actually was on my main character. So let's go here. I did buy a bunch of oil. You want to definitely do some buy orders for it. It's going to be a lot quicker, and I'll give you a little bit tip there. But you can save it for this oak stain. We'll make 457, and let's see where we get to. So we get another 22,000, and we went up another one here. So we're at 20. We've gained 25 levels. Now, it's not the only way that you can actually get territory standing. I think we got to go to a different bench. We do. We will get to that bench, and then I'll be right back, and I'll show you the last way we're going to talk about to get territory standing increase. All right, and the last way is going to be these actual territory supply crates. I did have a little bit of solvent left and oil, so I went ahead and crafted those. Once you get to that part of furnishing, it's actually really good to do that, because the solvent is kind of the big hindrance there, that and the oil. But the oil is not terribly expensive, and neither is a solvent, so you can definitely spam that really high. But let's go ahead and make 10 of these crates. Now these can be very expensive: 20 ironwood planks, 2 runestone, and 2 lodestone. But you're going to see here they give you quite a bit territory standing. We were getting 20,000 territory standing for those crafts, and now we got 184,000 for those 10. So let's see where we ended up. We are just a little bit short on the planks here, but you can see here we have territory standing at 97. We're at 36. We're almost at 100 territory standing. So we've definitely made a lot of progress here. So if you want to be just cheap and kind of go slow, I would do solvent and charcoal all the way up until you can actually craft these right here. These oak stain are pretty good. We still actually have quite a bit of oil. We are running low on solvent, which I've been buying solvent for about 1 penny a piece. So this is really good, really cheap. And then if you want to just really boost it up really quickly, you just go ahead and run those territory vials. Now they can be, like I said, pretty expensive, but they are definitely worth it if you are willing to put the time into farming the materials. Now, when it comes to, you might be asking, how did I get 20,000 storage? Well, the key is once you have a storage shed, which right now mine can actually take new items. It's like 200 or 300. You can put in as many buy orders as you want, and the buy orders will fill up the storage shed, and it will continue to fill up. even if you go over the weight cap. You can basically go infinite. Now, once you go over the weight cap, you can't actually do any buy or sell orders, so put them all in at once. I'm normally a component of doing 1 day, but you might want to do 3 days just so you can make sure you get all of them, and then that way you can get your territory standing up pretty high. Now, I know the buddy of mine, Tanky, that ended up doing this. He did the charcoal and the solvent all the way up to about 120, and then once you get the 120, he did 120 or 160. Then he did end up doing the territory standing. The crates there that I did, they do bump it up very, very high very quickly, but they can be pretty costly. Now, I'll let you do, depending on the server, will depend on which one is the most valuable. I know on my server that I'm currently on, Hudson Land, it's very easy to get solvent, it's very cheap. And then to actually get the oil and charcoal, it's very cheap as well. So go ahead, get those done, get your territory standing up. I'm gonna go put my points in here in just a minute. And if you need anything else, let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know all the ways that you normally just increase your territory standing. I am higher than on my main character on this character, and with significantly less amount of crafts. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.